Splatoon 3 has a lot of weapons to choose from, and that weapon pool has increased even more with 9 new kits and 2 more additional weapons added into the Sizzle season. These weapons surprisingly offered a lot to the game and somehow moved their way into the flow of it. Some better than others, but helped overall diversify the flow of the game with new ways to approach it. This is great and all, but I want to talk about a weapon that did not survive this update: the Dapple Dualies. Hello, if you know me, I've exclusively played Dapple Dualies as a one-trick for about 4 years, and I want to say that I love Dapple Dualies. But with the new Sizzle season, I've been playing more of these weapons instead of Dapples. Don't get me wrong, I think they're very fun and can be very exciting to play, but something that gets glossed over is how these weapons are such a missed opportunity. I want to explain how Dapple Dualies fell off and were not able to survive in a fast-paced meta as arguably the fastest weapon of the dually class. Keep in mind that this is from a competitive standpoint, and if you enjoy this type of content, let me know because it's my first time doing this and let's not waste any more time. Before I get into why and my reasoning, what are the Dapple Dualies? Dapple Dualies are a pair of short-range dualies that specialize in quick, fast-paced movements that go for easy picks. The damage per shot is at 36 damage, making it a 3-shot no matter what range you're at, and with dodge rolls added into the mix, you have all this going for it, and it sounds very good, right? On paper, yes, but the execution is where it failed. The kits are the main problem with the weapon, as they have been done dirty, some more than others, but it generally still applies. The Nouveau kit is definitely a kit of the year, having Torpedo and Reef Slider. Torpedo is surprisingly a great sub for Dapples. It's good poking and allows for a 2-shot or even a 1-shot depending on the partial damage, and helps the weapon get in. Reef Slider on the other hand is very situational. Most of the time people dodge your reef and kill you on exit because the lag is just way too much for the weapon. The vanilla Dapples is another issue. Beacons are actually good. Sure, not having a bomb does suck, but beacons were unique enough as a sub that having that utility was actually really good. Cooler helped with respawn time and increased mobility, so it should survive, right? It sounds really good. It's a really good support weapon and has everything going for it. Nah. With the Sizzle season and the recent patch, weapons like the Wiper Deco and NZAP do what Dapples do, except way better. Wiper Deco has a passive special like V-Dapples, except it's 10 missiles, the best displacement special in the game. And having beacons on Wiper lets you have additional utility as a skirmisher, something that Dapples can't do. Being able to place a cooler, wait for the cooldown time, and farm another one right after, it is important to get that down as a passive frontliner, and it is very beneficial for comps. These weapons also have a very important thing: range. Dapples don't have range. And with a lot of the current meta weapons outranging it, locking Dapples out and making them effectively feed is just way too easy. Sure, it can do all these cool stuff like 3-shot damage, quick dodge rolls, but the best way to fight Dapples is just to back up and fight out its range. If you just walk back and fight using your range, they cannot effectively close the distance on you. Also becoming more apparent as a problem with better weapons being added in the recent seasons. Better choices and alternatives are being released and picked, and it just outclasses the weapons entirely, making them bad. And I say all this, and how would I fix them? Just give them better kits. It is not that hard. I'm just gonna speedrun this. Boom! 3 kits. Splat Bomb Kraken. Additional poking capability with a special that actually lets you be aggressive. Torp Rain. What the Nouveau kit wishes it should have been with the ultimate poking kit. Fizzy Zuka. The best overall kit with Fizzy helping for most situations and Zuka helping for its lack of range. 3 kits that are way better than the kits we've initially gotten that aren't broken. The unfortunate reality is that we probably aren't getting a good 3rd kit either. But you see now that it is incredibly disappointing how badly these weapons were held back purely because of the kit. I love Dapple Dualies, and I want nothing more for them than to succeed and become top tier in the meta. But the reality is that the more you push them, the harder it becomes to play them, with weapons outclassing them and constantly being in an environment where you are the weakest part of your comp. It's a tough pill to swallow, I know, but it's one Dapple players need to look at more if they get into comp. off-meta weapons do apply to the same logic, but it varies on the weapons. For now, I will hope the devs do more for the weapon and put it in an environment where it can thrive, but for the time being, I'm gonna put my dapples in my locker and keep moving forward with Wiper, because that's what I decided to do. Hello. Hi. Hello. If you watched all the way to the end, I don't know how long this is gonna be. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I want to try adding more to my channel than just scrim and solo queue footage, so I think that this was an interesting first step, especially how I had a Dapple guide as my first video a few months ago, but that direction drastically changed, and yeah. Something I did not mention was that I'm not a top player by any means, and my opinion is definitely not 100% correct. I can be wrong, and that's fine. It's just my opinion on the matter, and people will have different takes, and that's fine. Well, I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye.